Hello, this is the first in a series of videos that I'm calling Muggle Management. So, what's Muggle Management? First of all, what's a Muggle? A Muggle in Harry Potter, the Harry Potter books, movies, is somebody who's not a wizard. So, anyway, when people start getting into this spiritual stuff, like I'm into, like past life regression, energy healing, meditation, all kinds of things. We can get into this mode where we want to bring other people on board. You know, people get a little, they have a peak experience, and they get a little bit messianic about wanting to share it with the world. And that gets them in a lot of trouble. And then it ends up in self-doubt and all kinds of stuff. So in this first video of the series, I want to talk about Muggle management. You're not here to convert anybody. This is not a religious conversion paradigm. So, you know, let's say you have an amazing spiritual experience of whatever kind. You have a reading that blows your mind. You might have an ayahuasca experience or some other psychedelic experience. Whatever you want to call it, it might be a healing experience. It could be a past life regression, hypnosis experience, whatever. And then you want to go tell all your friends, and you want to, you know, scream from the rooftops how amazing this is, and share it. And that's normal. And that's something I've done a lot. Well, here's what you want to keep in mind. There's kind of a paradigm out there of religious conversion, right? There are Jehovah's Witnesses that might knock on your door, or Mormons or whatever, and they're trying to convert you to their way of thinking. And a lot of us have created a defense mechanism against that. We're not interested in being converted by somebody. We resent the fact that people think that they have some higher knowledge, and we're not interested in hearing it. And also, you know, people take pride in their skepticism, because to me, what happened is that we were living under religious authoritarianism for whatever, 1,500 or more years. And if we go back into ancient history, maybe forever. Until the 1700s, the Enlightenment, the 1800s, scientific revolution. And, you know, people felt liberated by getting into a mode of atheism, of materialism, of not believing any of this religious, superstitious hocus pocus. And I think that was a really necessary phase of our growth, of our evolution. We had to get out of this thing where we had patriarchal, religious-based systems that were seeking to dominate us, tell us how to live, tell us what our morals should be, and have us believe in something with no evidence, right? So people got into a mode of, I don't believe in any of this crap, right? And it felt very empowering. I believe in science. I believe in evidence. I believe in following the evidence. Great. And then that also became a thing where anecdotal evidence, just somebody's own testimony of what they've gone through, isn't really good enough. Okay, cool. So then religious people try to convert people over those objections, right? And you just have to have faith, and you need to believe, and blah, blah, blah. And so, you know, we had this dichotomy We have the religious people and we have the scientific people. We have people that believe in unseen entities, and we have people that just believe in what they can see with their eyes, basically, or what they can test with instruments. And so the paradigm is for the religious people to try to convince the non-religious people to believe in the religion, to threaten them with hell, damnation, all of that, and to offer this promise of everlasting life and whatever, right? And so what I'm saying is, as a so-called, whatever it means, spiritual person, as somebody who is getting into these realms of subtle energy, somebody who's exploring past lives, somebody who's exploring the idea of other dimensions, whatever it may be, the non-physical, the beyond physical. We have a mind-blowing, life-changing experience. And we want to share it with the people we love, the people we care about. And we can easily fall into the trap of this religious conversion paradigm. And what I'm saying is, don't fall into that trap, right? Because it's already set up. Everybody already has their immune system set up to avoid that stuff. And I don't blame them, right? I think that getting away from religion is a really good thing. And I understand people who haven't had these experiences, or I think everybody's had experiences, but beyond that, let's not have that argument now. But let's say people that haven't had these experiences, they just, they have a worldview of there's this hocus pocus out there that they're not going to be a part of. And I can understand. If you think it's all hocus pocus, why would you be a part of it? I wouldn't. So what you want to do, number one, I would say, don't really even share the stuff. I mean, there's no need to share with most people. Most of the time, your need to share comes from some need to validate your own experience. And what you're going to do is you're going to get your experience invalidated. And so, now, to one degree, you could say, well, in the scientific method, we have a hypothesis, and then we test the hypothesis, right? So maybe you have this mind-blowing experience, and you test your hypothesis by sharing it with others and having them be skeptical and seeing if your experience holds up to their withering skepticism. Fine. If that's your own personal scientific method, go for it. Please do. Excuse me. Got to have that caffeine. And then, so, number one, I'd say, think first before you share. I'm not saying keep it all secret, but I'm saying check yourself. See if the reason that you're sharing is just because you need some validation, you have some neediness that you're expressing. I know that's the way I've expressed it a lot. I am totally guilty of this. Number two, you don't need to convert anybody. This isn't a conversion thing. I find that in my own past, the need to convert others is almost like trying not to be lonely. Like I'm the only one having this experience out of everybody I know, so I got to pull them all on board. I've done that in many ways in my life. Where instead of just going off and doing my own thing and enjoying it, and maybe letting anybody join that wants to, I've tended to be more like, I'm going to convert people. I'm going to get them on board. And I would say, there's no need to do that, and I would advise against doing that. Because it's actually more attractive to other people when they just see you off having fun and saying, well, what are you up to? Can I join? Rather than kind of getting beat over the head and having people trying to convince them to join in. Right? So, just go off and do your own thing. Find those people. I'm not saying be weirdly secretive about it, but, there's no point sharing certain things with certain people that aren't going to get it and that just want to have a debate, want to have an argument, or just want to mock you. So the main point here, this is not in the paradigm of religious conversion. This is about awakening. And, we all maybe hear the alarm clock at different times. And for people who haven't heard it, it's all going to sound ridiculous. We can't blame them for that. And we do need to watch our own crap. That'll be another video. But, some people do open that door of so-called spirituality, whatever that means. And they go down some weird paths that have nothing to do with spirituality in a way. And people in their lives are right to be skeptical about it. So anyway, just think of this as you manage the muggles in your life. You're not here to convert anybody. You might be here to share your experience, but not necessarily. So as you go through your path of awakening, it's going to be natural to want to share it with others. Like I said, it's not about being obsessively secretive, but it's also not about converting people to your way of thinking. Thanks for watching. There will be more in this series. Talk to you soon.